share of ups and downs. 18 years and feeling ready to go. Headed out to New Mexico. High mountain desert was a life I've never known. Beauty in the people and the places I would go. Headed up north where the mountains touch the sky. I flew on into Alaska on a rainy mid-July. I believe in Colorado, where the Rockies meet the plains. Still got a home in Colorado. Heaven on earth is your name. Well, it's been so many years since the Rocky Mountain High. I cried. Page in the sky. 200 years ago was a sacred land. Now we're taking up the space, so-called benefit of man. I believe in Colorado, where the Rockies meet the plains. Still got a home in Colorado. Heaven on earth is your name. Keeping the spirit keeps this place alive. Keep back a little bit to help us all survive. I believe in Colorado, where the Rockies meet the plains. Still got a home in Colorado. Heaven on earth is your name. Heaven on earth is your name. Heaven on earth is your name.
Nice, guys. That's an excellent song.
Thank you.
And you guys are in for a treat tonight at the high side.
Oh,
I'm telling you.
yeah, we played once there. It was in the winter, and it was kind of a cold night, so it wasn't a huge crowd, but the vibe in there was just so sweet. People were really awesome, and we just had such a great time. The food was fantastic. So, yeah, we were extremely happy.
And
So we came back.
And the staff was really sweet.
Yeah.
Yep. Chief and Angela got a good thing going, and they're really big supporters of local live music. So,
We'll do this one.
Yeah, we appreciate that.
and they've had a legal battle. They had a couple people across the river complaining about loud music, and and they've been instrumental about getting some ordinances changed to where we can continue to have that.
We saw that on Facebook. I follow them on Facebook, and I saw the post. I thought, oh my gosh, they're going to cancel all our shows. No.
Oh no!
Yeah,
It's
so
like,
I'm glad.
I think they've agreed on a noise ordinance and a time limit. It's amicable to everybody.
That's
so.
awesome.
Now,
Anyway.
are they going to allow fairly big bands as well, or is it going to be?
Yeah, and I think they've agreed. I don't know the exact specifics, but I think each venue can do 60 outdoor amplified events per year, which is basically from May to October, which is
Right.
pretty much 4 days a week.
Yeah,
for-
yeah.
I think it'll work good, and I think they got a 10 o'clock shut-off time, except for weekends, and then they can extended hours for 4 kind of special events.
Sounds reasonable.
Yeah, something
Yeah,
they all
I think it'll work out, and all that. But, everyone. Hey, before you guys became a folk duo, I was reading your bio, and you guys start out as a rhythm section. Tell me a little bit about that, our listeners.
I started drums when I was 9 years old. I still play drums in a country band. I actually, we play in a couple of other different bands.
That's awesome.
And as a drummer, I grew up on Motown, 60s AM radio, Southern rock and English rock were pretty much the two areas that just intrigue me and still do. English rock and Southern rock.
Yeah, and I wasn't a musician at all until I met Dan. So no music growing up, small town in Arkansas, no music program, any of that kind of stuff. And so I was almost 29 before I started playing my first instrument. And it was after Dan and I had been together a few years, and I thought, well, I'm not going to be a spectator for this.
She's not a spectator generally.
Yeah,
she's
no,
not
I'm in. And we had a roommate at the time who was a high school band director, and she said, I'll teach you any instrument you want. So I learned saxophone first. I wasn't great at that. Played that for a while, but then later, so it's probably 38. It's almost 10 years later. I started playing bass, and so bass was.
You mean 1938, Pam?
No.
Oh, 38 years old.
38 years old. Bass is definitely my instrument. I was
38.
right away, and so it was great because he's drums, I'm the bass. We get to play all the time. We started in a blues band. Back then, and
so yeah, and a lot of our training ground was actually up in Alma. We had an open mic. We'd play for 4 or 5 hours at a time, and it was just really wonderful. A lot of jam band, a lot of dead stuff.
And they taught me how to play bass.
You guys that are live streaming, Pam's got a micro bass. And it's such a rich, I've never seen one like that. I thought it was a bass uke, but it's a little bigger than a bass uke, but it's got rubber strings, but the sound on it's just incredible.
I love this little bass. I play an upright bass on most of our shows, but when we're traveling and when we're doing smaller shows like this in a little room, this is a lot easier, and I just love this thing. It's like makes bass playing, and like if we have a little fireside jam, I have this little bass. I don't have to bring out the big thing. So yeah, it's a good one. Gold tone micro bass.
Very good placement. I want to hear some micro bass.
Let's do head over heels.
Do that.
Yeah. This was one Jim said he was going to play off of our album before he came, but he didn't get to it. So I think we'll go ahead and play it.
Kind of a silly song.
It's fun.
It's good. It's good when you don't
I'm a big
try to
fan
take
of
your
silly songs.
to take yourself too seriously all the time.
Exactly.
1, 2, 3.
thinking of you.
That's a cool song. I like that.
A little rough start on the live radio, but that's what live radio is all about, right?
Yeah, you know, I think I play drums in a country band, but man, I love that Western swing thing, and you know, this has got a little bit of that.
Well, and that song maybe speaks a little bit to being musicians together and a couple, and being in relationship in many, many, many ways and different levels. So going from a rhythm section into being the folk duo was definitely a fun growth experience. But we're still head over heels, right, Dan?
Sure, baby. I want you so bad.
Most of the time.
Well, I'm sure it's challenged and strengthened your relationship in many ways. So.
For sure.
You would hope.
Yeah. Well, in the pandemic too, you know.
You know, and that was interesting. I mean, we actually were very fortunate, I feel like, because, you know, a lot of people are isolated in the pandemic. And they couldn't get to be with the people that they normally are with. And Dan and I do all our stuff together, so we just went into the woodshed and we played all the time. So, you know, we were able to really weather that storm, I think, in a healthy way. And I feel for the people that were more isolated than we had to be. Yeah, we got to kind of spend some time.
Unless they really wanted to be isolated.
Well, then there was a time where like, okay, I'm ready to get out of here.
Oh, thank God! I don't have to deal with society for you know, there's that side of the coin. You know.
Well, and us living in small towns in Colorado, you know, if you want to be isolated, it's only 5 minutes. I'm on a trail, and you may not see anybody for a long time, which just has its blessings.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the making the folk duo was, you know, about Dan and I. We'd been playing in all these rock and roll bands. We played in Rolling Stones cover band. We played, in all kinds of genres, blues, rock bands, and but we really didn't have the opportunity to sing that much in any of these bands, because as the rhythm section, Dan's behind the drums. He sings behind the drums anyway, and I did a little bit on bass, but we were always supporting other artists. So for us to really get out our music and to get Dan's our main songwriter, and I think he's a fabulous songwriter, and we wanted to kind of really get into these songs some more. We created the folk duo so that we could sing. He could develop his guitar skills. I switched over to upright bass, and you know, it's just been a really amazing growth experience and a way for us to experience our own music more with the duo, for sure.
Songwriting always fascinated me, and I have never been given that gift. But I noticed that a lot of the songwriters that became prolific, they were at younger ages. They got into poetry,
poetry,
and all that. And my age, you know, as you know, skateboarding and football, and you know, and just boy stuff, and didn't involve that. Did you get into poetry at a young age, and did your parents get you into music at a young age? Or
creative writing?
Creative writing.
Yeah, I didn't really have a wonderful high school life, but I did get some really good feedback from my senior creative writing teacher. So I think that helped. My sisters were my biggest influence, my two older sisters. I started drums when I was 9, and we literally took over the garage. My sisters put this fluorescent paint on the walls, and we'd have these glow lights, and my 5th grade buddies would come in and we'd play music, and it grew, and I was kind of known as the drummer, you know, and everybody knew me as a drummer. And music. I grew up outside of New York City, so we got to go see some amazing shows. Probably Allman Brothers was one of the highlights. You know, Allman Brothers and Jethro Tull. So English rock, Southern rock, that was my. But then there's this other side, okay? So that's the thing. There's my drumming side, and then Crosby, Stills and Nash could conceivably be my favorite band. So there's this rockin', funky jazz, whatever, and then there's this 3-part harmony. Crosby, Stills and Nash.
So we've been together over 35 years, and I still am not exactly sure how the Jewish boy from New York became such a country music fanatic.
Yeah.
He's a country music fanatic, and I've seen it evolve over our time. But the last...
You're still a boy?
You are a boy.
I'm still
The
a boy.
last 15 years, I'd say, you have absolutely switched over into country. And I'm not exactly sure how that happened.
You know, there's a reason why you live somewhere and then you leave.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. So.
Well, and all your songs, most of your songs have a kind of a country feel to them. Yeah.
New York's a good place to be from.
I don't know. There was a great. I think the music was great there. I really do. Yeah,
I can only imagine.
The music was great. Everything else. Okay.
Yeah. Well, this next song is about someone who's actually on the East Coast and feeling a little bit stuck about it.
Yeah, and a lot of these songs have certain percentages that are autobiographical, but not all of it. Sometimes, there's pieces of it.
Did you write for others?
Is this one, what are we going to do?
Stucker Than Hell? Yeah.
Stucker Than Hell.
Is it okay to say hell on the radio?
I think it is.
Yeah, you just can't drop the F-bomb.
No. I think we have the George Carlin 7 forbidden words.
Yeah,
you play that?
No.
I've said them a few times with the mic mute. So.
Oh, actually, that's one. Before we play the song really quick, we were in the middle of a kHEN fundraising drive, which we are in the middle of your fundraising drive right now, correct?
Yes.
Yes, and so I was pitching for kHEN and trying to get all the locals, and I played a song that I didn't preview. It was all kind of happening, and it had the F-bomb in it, right? And I'm like, oh my gosh, and we were all like, oh my gosh, and we tried to but we're like, well, it's already out there, just let go. And we let go, and the phone started ringing, and there was one pledge in particular. The guy goes, any station that'll allow the F-bomb, I'm going to become a member.
So there's something to consider, Jim.
So we actually, the freedom of local radio really impressed this particular listener, and he signed up to be a sustainable member. So we're not going to do the F-bomb, but I do think that live radio is worth your money, worth your dollars. So while it's on our show, Pam and Dan want to challenge you guys to make some calls on our show and dedicate your donation to the local music scene. So let's see, can we count how many calls we get? We're going to just say.
So, people don't really, they may call.
Oh, you go on the internet to donate.
kHEN.org.
kHEN.org and click the yellow button to donate, or you can call 539-1069 and you can talk to somebody here. And I'm going to see if we can figure out a way to see how many people donate in the next half an hour while we are on the show.
FNA.
Yeah. So come on, make me proud, Salida. Here we go. We're going to do Stucker Than Hell. Ready? Dan went to sleep over there while I was chalking.
No, I'm trying to remember the chords. Okay. If we mess up again, you'll know why. 1, 2.
Sun's going down.
stucker than hell.
But she dreams of tall pine trees out west, and some men she's never met. But for now,
She's stucker than hell. Oh, we're at same guy, she don't give a hoot about it. Same two-room apartment, she's never felt quite right about it. She's stucker than hell.
Sun going down on her East Coast town. She's happy that the rain is come and gone. Steps outside her river and leans toward the western sun.
Nice. I
That's
love
fun. You know, it's so funny. We play out a lot, and since COVID's over, but
Not really.
it seems like it. Knock on wood. We play a lot of shows. Most of our shows are at places where they like to hear songs they know, and we don't get to feature our own originals so much. So we're happy to be here to do it, but we're feeling rusty.
But we're working on it. We actually have a young lady that's going to join us on some gigs that are just originals. And she plays a charango.
She plays a charango.
Charango?
What is a charango?
A charango is the most cool Latin instrument. It's made from the body of an armadillo, has a big, fat, wide neck, and how many strings was it? 8 strings, I think.
Something like that.
Yeah, and it's short, but and it sounds really rich Spanish tones, sort of flamenco-y style. And she's an amazing player and singer. She plays piano, Gabriela Mahina. And she'll be joining us for a show over in Paonia at the Sage Alley in April. And that's on our website, PamandDanMusic.com. You can find some stuff.
Does that instrument have a tenor or a bass tone to it? Because I'm imagining an armadillo
It's
and the
more
depth
small?
of
Yeah, it's
It's a little higher. It's more of a.
it's more
tenor.
high. Yeah,
More of a
yeah,
tenor
yeah.
sound,
it. But I've noticed some instruments made out of gourds that had that deep, rich sound.
Yeah.
You know, it is kind of both of those because she can get it going pretty low, and she's really good on it. So we're, you know, we love our little duo thing, but sometimes it's nice to have an instrumentalist to sort of snap things up a little bit, you know. So
I'm excited about
That'd be
tonight's gig. You guys got so much music to play. It's gonna, man.
Yeah, and you know, cover wise, we're big fans of John Prine
oh yeah, we play a lot of Prime.
and big fans of one of my favorite bands, Nitty Gritty Dirt Band,
Yeah.
Excellent.
Colorado band.
We'll get along great.
Yeah. Yeah. We get to do all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
When do you want to play another one of ours, or you want to do a cover?
I don't know. What do you think?
Actually, the artwork
you-
on that you're holding up is
Do you guys have CDs for sale at your show tonight?
We
I'm
don't.
looking at the CD, The Common Ground. I love this photo of the two on the back with the cow.
Yeah.
It's just a great picture.
That was
Yeah,
taken at Sustainable Settings, which is a great organic farm outside of Carbondale by one of our favorite photographers, Renee Ramsey. She just really knows how to capture the essence. To get that cow's tongue stuck out like that, right? There's a picture of it for radio
I thought
listeners.
you were tickling its chin.
We were laughing and giggling, and we thought the photo shoot was over, and this cow came up to sniff us, and somehow Renee got the cow with its tongue out for the photo, so it was pretty fun.
Great
Yeah.
job.
So maybe we'll do the title track of our album that came out a couple of years ago, right in the middle of COVID, which
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's this one, Common Ground, yeah.
This guy here, Common Ground.
Yeah.
And yeah, our daughter did that cover in the front. Pretty cool, huh?
Pretty talented.
Yeah, she's very
And this is
Friends of
us.
the family.
This is us 2 years ago.
Nah, right. When we used to dye our hair.
No. Anyway, Common Ground. This was written by myself and a gentleman. His name is Bill DeLuigi. He's really well-renowned songwriter in Nashville, and we had a songwriter retreat in Frisco, and I just this was probably 11, 12 years ago. And do you remember when like all that oil spilled down in the bayou and all the
I
shrimpers.
do remember.
Yeah, because there's a line about shrimpers here, and that's when we wrote it. And it was really about, just giving everybody a level playing field, really.
About inclusion,
Just-
yeah.
Wasn't that the Deepwater Horizon?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. But yeah, so anyway, it's called Common Ground. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
2, 3, 4. Well, there's a young man in a new land, north of Mexico. He's pledging his allegiance. Today he took that oath. There's a long line of picket signs flying around D.C. Young girl in Atlanta, dreaming White House dream. Brought up differently, both grateful to be alive and free. Thank God we're not all the same. Well, that gives us something to celebrate. Ooh, cheer on up and we'll fill each other's cup. Here in Common Ground, USA. There's a sugar from the bayou trying to keep his family fed. He kneels down on Sunday and prays for a better day. A farmer from Nebraska trying to hold on to his land. Out on the reservation, sits the first American. We're not perfect, but we're trying. Learning from each other over time. Thank God we're not all the same. Well, that gives us something to celebrate. Ooh, cheer on up and we'll fill each other's cup. Here in Common Ground, USA.
Deep down, doesn't everyone want a little place in the sun? They can be with the ones they love. Though we might disagree, we still got a right to speak. That's what makes this country great.
Thank God we're not all the same. Well, that gives us something to celebrate. Ooh, cheer on up and we'll fill each other's cup. Here in Common Ground, USA. Here in Common Ground, USA.
And thankfully, we're not all the same.
Oh my goodness. Don't you love that one? That's a good one. And it's the title
You guys
track of that
sound
album
great,
because
by the way.
it does speak our mind. Oh,
Thank
good.
you.
Thank you. We just got word that we're sounding good out there on the radio.
We've only made 1.5 mistakes per song, but
Don't worry about it.
who's counting?
I never make mistakes on mine.
Snakes, I like that. Is that Irish? Make snakes?
Yeah, where else can you see quality programming like this?
I love live radio. That's the thing is, it's like it's so unique and it's so going out of fashion in so many places that we need to work hard to continue to really support it and grow it, because this is a gift to the community, having kHEN and having live radio and having Jim here and having us be able to come, and it's really such a blessing. So
Yeah.
grateful for live radio.
Thank you so much
And
for
how
the kind
long-
words.
How long has kHEN been?
We're approaching our 20th anniversary.
20th.
20
Wow.
years. Whoop, 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 whoop.
I was just guessing 18, but we're 20, huh?
Close to 20, yep.
Well, and the listeners right now can help it be 20 more by going to that webpage and
Go to
clicking the yellow.
khen.org.
kHEN.org or call 539-1069.
Or just hook it over to 123 East 3rd Street and get a cookie.
Come and have a cookie, meet Pam and Dan, and just throw your cash on the table.
There you go. You take checks.
Sure.
And they're playing tonight at 7:30 at the High Side. Thank you, Chief and Angela, for supporting live music.
All right, Dan's got a funny one queued up for you guys.
So this one is I don't know, we just pulled this one out. Not to be taken too seriously.
We mix it up. You know, we do something deep like Common Ground, and then we throw out something funny.
Called Damaged Goods. 1, 2, 3. She gave me 1 strike, 2 strike, 3 strikes, man, you're out of the mood. How many nights can you stay after dawn? Passing on no return. Lessons you have never learned. All you are is me. Damaged goods. I think, baby, please, baby, let me stay. I'm sorry my steps now have done me in. Must have hurt you once too many times. Now I've done run out of line. Whoa, is me. Damaged goods, that's what you call me. I reckon that's just what I am. And I'll never be the man that she wanted me to be. In her eyes will always be damaged goods. Her damaged goods. Still looking for a chance to get back in the dance. I'm on borrowed time, trying to walk the line. It'd be one thing if I screwed up once. 3-time but it's like a sucker punch. I clean up my act if she takes me back. 3 sheets to the wind, I'm just a has-been. So I did what any honest American redneck would do. I took 1 shot, 2 shots, 3 shots, and I was out of there. Another night to stay after dawn. I passed upon no return. Lessons that I ain't never gonna learn. And it's good, that's okay with me. I'm damaged good, that's what you call me. And I reckon that's just what I am. I'll never be the man that she wanted me to be. In her eyes will always be damaged good. Her damaged good. Work time, work. Damaged good, that's what you call me. I reckon that's just what I am. I'll never be the man that she wanted me to be. In her eyes will always be damaged good. Her damaged good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Her damaged good. Oh no. Her damaged good.
Not damaged good. We're just broke in.
We're just broke. Oh, I like that. Just broke in, not broken, but broke in.
You know, that's I could do a little rewrite. I'll give you 10%.
It's sort of like a leather Brooks bicycle seat. You know, you got to get it well worn in.
I think that what we need to create some new imagery on this song. So let's do a rewrite. Let's do a rewrite on that.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, it's going to be a fun night tonight at the High Side.
We are going to have a good. That's one thing. Dan and I do love to have a good time. We love people to come and sing along. So we won't do one on the radio right now, just because we don't need to. But we do all the songs that you guys love to sing along to. I think so. Young and old
Not
alike.
speaking too generically, but
No, young and old alike. I swear, the last, our shows, more and more we get people sing. We do John Denver tunes and the John Prines and Wagon Wheel and all those ones that. And the last, I don't know, year or so, we get the house singing almost every time, and it's super fun. So if you like sing-alongs, come tonight and sing along with us.
Wagon Wheel. Everybody loves that. It's overplayed.
It's overplayed.
But I found out last year that Bob Dylan wrote that, and I had no idea. I thought that was a Darius Rucker song, because he made it kind of famous.
Old Crow Medicine Show, they had a big hit with that. Yeah. And I think it was Old Crow that might have added to that. And another song we do that what's that? I don't know if you know, was a Mighty.
Mighty Quinn. Yeah.
Mighty Quinn is also a Bob Dylan song that was made famous by Man's Earth Band.
I remember that song. I did not know that was a Bob Dylan song.
Yeah, it was a Bob Dylan song as well. Yeah. This is fun. It's so great to be able, when we do interviews, it's usually about 15, 20 minutes. And like, okay, you're out of here, but this is really great that you're
you got the
hanging with us so long.
Heck yeah, you got another 18 minutes or so.
Okay, well, let's see. Have we had any calls or any clicks yet? We need to get some money rolling in for kHEN Radio for the membership drive. So
operators are waiting.
Operators are standing by. That's
The
fully
phones are
loaded.
ringing off the
There's
phone
like
boards
20
ringing right
people
now.
in the back there, all with earphones
That's right.
on and ready.
It's like the Jerry Lewis telethon here at kHEN Studios. We have cookies and chai tea.
The sound quality on the broadcast is great.
Awesome.
Good.
So we're getting the thumbs up. We're getting the thumbs up.
Let's do Elephant Revival.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna do a cover one for you. This is just one of my favorite tunes at the moment. I shift around, but right now it's really speaking my mind. So this is "Sing to the Mountain."
Yeah,
Great song.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Do you know that? Do you know this song? Oh, you do. Okay.
Big Elephant Revival. Two of them from Oklahoma when they first formed, from Tahlequah, Oklahoma, and they played the Oklahoma, art circuit and stuff
Is that
before
where
they
you're from?
relocated from that's where I'm from.
Nice.
Then they relocated up there in Nederland for
Right.
a while. So
That's where I thought they were from up there. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here's our version.
Yeah.
Let the fires burn tonight. Let the jugs of wine get drunk. Let the truth be known tonight. Don't go letting yourself cry. Go and sing to the mountain. Go and sing to the moon. Go and sing just about everything. 'Cause everything is you. Listen to the of your heart like a drum. Listen to the night, playing something all around. Go and sing to the mountain. Go and sing to the moon. Go and sing just about everything. 'Cause everything is you. Let your voice go. Let it pierce through your soul. And let your voice go. Let it pierce through your soul. Let the fires burn tonight. Let the jugs of wine get drunk. Let the truth be known tonight. Don't go letting yourself cry. Go and sing to the mountain. Go and sing to the moon. Oh! Go and sing just about everything. 'Cause everything is you. Go and sing to the mountains. Go and about everything. 'Cause everything is you.
Nice guy.
Oh, it's so cool. Isn't that, it's just so truth. I think the more we see the oneness in ourselves and each other and the world, just the better we are. You know, as human beings, we have a chance to really move forward by really seeing oneness in each of us. So I love that song. Here's to Elephant Revival and good words.
Elephant
Yeah,
Revival.
they're having a
Come
revival.
Come back.
We're
Come back.
toasting our chai teas in the studio. Man, I want to thank all my underwriters, High Country Bank, Fatty's T-Shirt and Gift Shop, Duke and Tammy, Cafe Dawn, the Mountain Mail, Monarch Mountain, Attorney at Law Randy Canny, Ovejo Negra Bikepacking Gear, Hilltop Broadband, and High Country Bank. Thank you so much for allowing us to do what we do. I'm going to let them play until the show closes out and we go back to the podcast and stuff, the automated podcast straight up at noon.
Awesome. We'll play you right out.
Absolutely. And my show mantra, be kind, be humble, be grateful. Make somebody smile today.
I love that, Jim. That's awesome.
Thank you, Jim. Thank
Yeah,
you so much
thank
for having
you.
us.
Thanks for being
Thanks
here.
to Pam Dan for coming in. It's been a delight. And I live in a dream world where I'm having all these great musicians come and play in this little studio.
This is
out
a
here.
great space. I wasn't sure, you know, local radios are always a little different. This is really sweet. You guys have done a great job here.
Really awesome.
Thank
It's really
you.
very comfortable.
Thank you for coming in and see these guys tonight at the High Side, 7:30.
Yeah, come on out.
Come on out. Yeah, get your butt out.
Yeah.
I know it's easy to just sit around, but come on out and
Get off the
be
couch.
social. Be social.
Be social.
It's not hard.
So we're going to do a song called Mountain Man.
Yeah, I played drums in a country band down in the Front Range. Actually, we played Greeley Stampede and some pretty big Colorado State Fair and whatnot. And on my way home, this is probably 8-9 years ago, and we just started seeing these towns burning up. Forest fires and whatnot. Now we're seeing it all the time. There was one right outside of Fort Collins that the town burned up, and it's like, what? So I sort of put myself in the shoes of a guy that lived there, a mountain man, and what am I going to do? My family's here. So I wrote this song called Mountain Man. And we just got 2 feet of snow up there up in the Roaring Fork Valley, and man, just bring that weather anytime you want.
Need the moisture. is the
Keep
best
that
word
moisture.
around here.
Yes, sir.
I thought of living here once, but I didn't get far. I sold my truck, I bought this guitar. Something kept calling me back to the pine, where the land and the rivers are yours and mine. City life ain't nothing like a whispering pine in the pale moonlight. Save my land, let it rain, let it snow. Take me back to my mountain home. Where the pine beetle trees are like tinder box. Triple digit cents, rivers drying up. West of Denver, Continental Divide. Well, there's a fire raging, no place to hide. I was born in these mountains and I'm proud to say that I'm a mountain man, I want to keep it that way. Save my land, let it rain, let it snow. Get me back to my mountain home. Fires and bruises barely floor. In the town where I live, just you no more. On this mountain, I'm proud to say, and I'm a mountain man, I want to keep it that way. Save my land, let it rain, let it snow. I love my life, I don't want to go. Get me back to my mountain home.
Awesome.
Oh, man.
That was so fun. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Man,
Are we-
you guys got 7 minutes.
We
to
do?
play.
Oh, we can do some more. Okay, good.
Hey, guys, tune in next week, and I'm going to let these guys play out to the end of the song until we go to the automated. But next week, I've got the local legend Bruce Hayes on my show, and it's Earth Day, so I'm going to be doing a real set list about Earth Day and all that. And then Bruce Hayes from 11 to 12, and at 12 o'clock next Friday, the Earth Day parade starts. So
Nice.
So anyway, it's
So
going to be a
Salida
busy
goes
day.
big for Earth Day?
Oh gosh, yes.
Really?
We'll have the river mud people doing their stuff.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That sounds great. I haven't been to an Earth Day in Salida. Maybe we need to come back.
Come back next week.
You know what? Actually, I'm in a girl band called the Queen Bees, and we are doing our first ever Texas tour next week. It's a short one.
Good luck.
We're going down for 4 days, and we got 4 shows booked, and we'll
Where
be
are you
back.
playing in Texas?
We are going to play in Raton, New Mexico, at the Craft City Bar. Then we're going to Wichita and playing at a winery there. Then we're doing a little Opry House in Byers, and then we're playing a community concert at Weatherford.
Well, safe travels.
Isn't that
and good
crazy?
luck.
It's the first time the girls have been out of our area to play. So, and we're coming here to Salida on June 11th, the Queen Bees band. So maybe we'll come back and visit
Are you all playing?
Yeah.
Where
They're
are you playing?
amazing.
At High Side.
At the high side?
Yeah.
No
Oh,
way.
if we say we're coming to play, we're playing at the High Side because we love the High Side. We decided we're going to try to make that our little home away from home here.
Well, I think
Coming
Chief
back.
and Angela had a lot to do with that.
They're
very
so sweet.
welcoming and
They're
good
so sweet.
personalities.
They're so sweet. Well, and we decided we're going to do do you want to do that one? Okay, that one. Never mind. Please change
Okay,
it.
bear with us. This is a new song, but being that Salida has this amazing river, Arkansas River runs through it, I'm going to do this song, and hopefully, no, there is
No,
no.
it's going to be fine.
Yeah, it's a new song. It's called River Runs Deep, and we got to do a river song if we're playing in
Gotta
Salida.
be a
Gotta
river
do a
song in
river
Rivertown.
That's right.
and it's a fun song, so it's like young love.
Woo!
Ready, Pam?
I'm ready, Dano.
All right. Just do the E. Sorry.
Toes in the water, fingers in the sand. Before you was a woman, before I was a man. Days of innocence, just playing for fun. Kicking and splashing, watching the river run.
Down by the riverbank is where I met you. You were a scrawny little thing, but you were kind of cute.
Oh,
I was shy, but you put me at ease. You told me a secret, made me weak in the knees.
River runs deep, river runs wild, cleanses my soul, give me a place to hide. The river is danger, the river is bliss, where I learned to swim.
Where I got my first kiss.
I built you a boat, big enough for two. We chased the rapids, not a bright thing to do. Turned over, capsized, just around the corner. We kept our heads above that wild swirling water.
Dried off in the sun, thankful for our fate. Then she disappeared, it was getting late. Didn't want to leave, we held each other so tight. Think the house never said
Well, you was headed for college. I went out on the road. The other day I saw you. You still got that smile. Come down to the riverbed. Stay for a while.
Toes in the water, fingers in the sand. Before I was a woman, before you were a man. Taste of innocence, just plain fun. East wind and splashing, watching the river run.
River runs deep, the river runs wide, cleanses my soul, give me a place to hide. River is danger, the river is bad, where I learn to swim,
Where I got my first kiss,
where I learn to swim.
where I got my first kiss.
That was the first time we ever played that song out.
Woo!
First
Brand new
debut of that
band.
song, River Runs Deep.
And
It'll
I
be on our
want
next
a
album.
big shout out and thank you. I saw some cash waving its way. Somebody
Woo!
stopped by. Tom Klein came by and took my challenge for the new membership and gave us $40 here at the station.
Hey, thank you, Tom.
I am so excited. Thank you. It makes me feel very happy and successful to come and visit you guys and actually help the station out with your fund drive.
Thank you guys so much. This has been such a fun interview, man. Thank you for coming in, and thank you for all my listeners. Man, we got like 30 seconds before I have to turn it over to the automated podcast.
Well, then let's make a 30-second challenge.
30-second challenge.
How many local musicians can call in who aren't members yet? How many local musicians who aren't members yet can call in the next 30 seconds? Ready, set, go. No, just kidding. Well, you know, at the show tonight, we did play mostly originals here, and if people come to the show tonight and they say, "Oh, I heard you on the radio. We want to hear some more of your originals," we'll get to do that. But we're also very fine and happy to play all the songs you know and love, and we'll get you singing along and dancing and all those things to some recorded music. So there you go. 7:30 tonight at the High Side.
Yay! Go see him at the High Side tonight.
That's about as much fun you can have with clothes on.
I thought that was great. Thanks,
I
Jim.
spilled water. It's just water.
You spilled water all over your
Just
floor.
water.
Hey, earlier we spilled the whole cup of coffee here. We were mopping up stuff.
Oh my God. Sorry about that.
Hey, coffee stains.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
No worries. No worries.
Oh, that was really fun, guys.
Yeah,
Thank you so much
thank
for having
you.
us.